the first thing that we had to do is prepare, and I plan out all my outfits beforehand, obviously, because I like to take my pictures in batches, because you know, like, the villains of this story are the cold weather, the lack of sunlight. Like, seriously, the sunlight is so bad. Like, lighting here in Michigan just sucks. Not only does it get dark so early, but it's like barely sunny. I would say like you would get lucky if 1 or 2 days of the week is sunny. So those are the only days that I can actually take my Instagram pictures. So during those days, I really like to pack in as much as I can, be efficient as possible. So today we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 5 to 6 outfits I want to shoot. What I do when I prepare them is I basically like lay them out. I try like all the outfits on, get all the shoes ready, get all the bags ready, you know, like all the accessories that is needed, and just like lay them out on the floor. And then after everything is laid out and I know like exactly what location I want to shoot each outfit at, I pack them into my suitcase and try to fit as much as I can in there. And that's basically like all the preparation there is. Okay, so we're at our first location, which is a parking lot. Ugh, so original. But honestly, parking lots are so great for photos, especially if you're like too shy to take pictures in like grocery stores and like in front of people. I think parking lots are like a great starting place for all you Instagram newbies. And since they're like obviously not a lot of people here, if you just like go to like a more secluded area of the parking lot, hopefully where there's like no shady stuff happening, it's a really great place to take pictures. So yeah, we're actually in front of a Home Depot because I had to return something there. So if the parking lot pictures don't work out, then we can go to the Home Depot to try to take some pictures. But the tricky thing with the parking lot is I really think it's like the lighting, because sometimes the lighting can be too harsh for it to like look okay, if that makes sense. Because it's like still like midday, it's like 1 to 2 o'clock. I think it's like 2 o'clock, so the lighting still might be a little bit harsh from the sun, but we'll see what we got. And also I'm with Granny, she's just here just because. So I don't have any photos of this location because my dumbass deleted all the photos that I didn't like because my phone ran out of storage, but y'all would have to take my word for it that these pictures were not great. So those pictures actually didn't turn out so well because of lighting. That's what I was scared of. I think it's just like too harsh of the sunlight, so it doesn't really look good, and it kind of just like, I think just like the exposure is too high. So outdoor is not really an option right now, at least like under direct sunlight. Maybe like the shade will work, but I think I'm gonna try going into the store first and taking some pictures there. The problem is this is our first public outing, public sighting. So few tips on how to like be more efficient when you're in like outside places and public places, just to avoid as much awkwardness as possible. I really suggest like going through Pinterest and going through like all the poses that you want to do, like even writing it down, just so you know exactly like what shot you want to get at what angle, so you know you can go in, go out, be efficient, not get too many stares. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do right now, just brainstorm some poses, and then we're gonna just go in and see what troll we can find. So I think I'm gonna take some pictures in front of here, just because it's like a colorful background, you know, something fun, something new. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that. I really like this location. I think that the paint samples provided for a very colorful background, but like the paint lady kept staring at me. I feel like anytime I'm taking pictures in public, people think that I'm like gonna steal something or do something super shady. And especially when I bring out my tripod, like a black long object, pulling it out of your bag just does not, it's just not a good look. I honestly think everyone is sleeping on Home Depot as a photo shoot location. There's just like so many different options. There are just like so many different like little corners, like even if it's not like aesthetic, like the conventional aesthetic, like I think even this would be like a cool place to take a picture against. I don't know. I went back to the paint location because I wanted to get some angles where I was squatting, but there was this couple there and they stayed there for a really long time. So I was just like, fuck it, and just started taking pictures from them. Kind of awkward, but you know, they didn't really seem to mind. welcome to How to Pose, taught by a very amateur poser with no experience whatsoever. Speed round edition. So first up we have the my pants are perpetually falling down and I can't seem to find a goddamn belt pose. AKA just pull up your pants, kids. Next up we have the tilted handhold because we all crave human touch. And here is the classic flamingo. A regular for Lindsiann and a great way to show off some cool kicks. Last one is the oops, I seem to have dropped something or I just love staring at the ground pose. And that wraps up this posing speed round. Let's get back to the regularly scheduled entertainment. Okay, so I did a quick switcheroo in the car and I switched to a different outfit. I still want to take some pictures at Home Depot because I saw the plant section. I was like, that's a perfect spot to take some pictures. So I am wearing virtually nothing, which is so great for today's warm 40-degree weather. So I'm just gonna try to run in, take some pictures, then run out. The pictures are horrendous. I don't know if it's the outfit or the setting. Just not cute. So I think we're gonna hit up Michael's. Okay, I highly recommend going to a plant shop to take pictures. The plants were so green and it just looks like you're at like a tropical destination. I have to take all my pictures indoors because it's literally freezing here and I honestly wouldn't survive if I took them outdoors. So these days I'm trying to come up with some like more creative locations for indoor shoots, but I really like how these pictures turned out. The outfit and location made me feel like a tropical Mrs. Claus. So we are currently going to Meijer. My grandma wants to look at the eggs, check the prices of the eggs, but I'm gonna try to take some more refrigerator pictures. It is loud, so I will stop talking. This video wouldn't be complete without a refrigerator picture. I take most pictures at refrigerators because the lighting is just so good. Since there's like lighting inside the fridges, it like illuminates your background and creates like a glow like no other. Like fridge glows, nothing better than that, I swear to God. So we just left Meijer and I think that those are my favorite pictures of the day. They're just like refrigerators. There's something about the glamour of refrigerators that just make a picture amazing, you know? But I still have 2 more outfits left. We probably have an hour before the sun sets. So I think I'm gonna go to a parking garage at the mall and take some pictures there. So let's go! Since it was golden hour, I tried to take some photos on top of a parking lot, but it just like was not a pleasant experience because of how cold it was. Also, the outfit wasn't that good, so the pictures just like did not turn out great. Definitely not like an Instagram worthy pose. Okay, it's really cold. I'm gonna try take some pictures in this building. I mean, parking garages are great for like summertime, like when it's not like 30 degrees, but not when you're on the top level and there's like a wind chill and it literally feels like you're being like slapped across the face a million times. So welcome to the corner of my room where we're gonna talk about judgment and how to get over it. So I get a bunch of DMs asking me like how I can like take pictures in public spaces without people judging me and just feeling like, you know what I'm talking about. So honestly, like all of it is just in your head. Like you think that a lot of people are like staring at you and judging you and be like, oh, that girl's so weird. But honestly, like they're not. I would say probably like 5% of the people that walk by are actually quote unquote judging you. Like the other like 95% just like really don't give a shit because you're just like a random person just trying to get some Instagram pictures, you know? So like, even if you think that there are like a lot of people staring at you and judging you, they're honestly like not. Because if you just think about it this way, if you just walked by and like saw a person taking Instagram pictures, it's not like something that you're gonna be thinking for a long time, right? It's not gonna be like, oh my god, they're taking Instagram pictures, they're so weird. Like, you're probably not gonna think that. Well, hopefully you won't, but like, I don't think that when I see someone taking Instagram pictures, you know? It's more just like a 1-second glance and like moving on with the rest of my life. It's not something that you see and think that it's like so weird or anything, you know? So that's the first thing. It's just, it's not as bad as you think. Not as many people as you think are actually looking at you or judging you. So second, I would honestly just think of it as like a job almost. Like, you're doing work, right? Like, you're doing a school project. That's the excuse I always think of whenever I go to a public space. And like, I'm always really scared when like the workers or something will be like, oh, you can't take pictures here, or like, what are you doing, you know? But no one has done that so far, hopefully. My excuse in my head is always like, oh, you know, like I had to take pictures for a school project or something. So I feel like if you think of it as more of like a job or like work for school or like a project that you're trying to do, it almost like makes it more legit rather than just like you taking Instagram pictures, you know, which sound very like teenager-y. So if you like just like think of it as like a work or something, I don't know, that kind of helps me. I don't know if that'll help you guys, but that's another tip. I have a lot better like really good interactions than I have negative interactions, you know? Like, I have, whenever I'm taking pictures in like parking lots and stuff, there's usually like other people there probably also taking pictures, and like the girls are usually so nice and they'll come up to me and be like, you, like, I love your outfit, or like, yes girl, like, you know, like just like hyping me up even though like we don't know each other. So like, I have had like a lot more positive experiences taking pictures publicly than negative. So yeah. And lastly, it's like really not a big deal. Like, you're just taking some Instagram pictures, okay? Who doesn't want a good picture? You're not doing anything bad, you're not doing anything illegal, you're not doing anything that you should be ashamed of. And if you just want to take a picture, just go for it, you know? Like, these people you're never gonna see again in your entire life. It's literally gonna be a 1-second interaction. Like, you can't let that stop you from taking like a bomb ass Instagram picture, you know? And also, it's kind of just like, it's a muscle, okay? When you take more pictures in public, you just like get used to it. You don't really care anymore. So yeah, hope that helps. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys how I edit my pictures. And I used to like edit on like VSCO and everything and like put filters on my pictures, but now I really keep the editing to a minimum. I only app on the Photos app, just like on the iPhone, you know? So like, it already comes with it. I don't have like a separate app to edit or anything. And I honestly think that that's enough, because as long as the photo has like decent lighting, you don't really need to do that many edits to it. But I will show you guys a general ideology or editing ideology that I take with all my photos. So, you know, we have this photo. It's lit pretty well, but just looks a little flat to me, you know? So for exposure, I don't really touch this a lot. Like this, I will probably just like decrease a little bit, you know? But usually for exposure, I don't really mess with it. But for brilliance, so it kind of depends on the photo, but sometimes you have to go up, sometimes you have to go down. But I would say for this photo, like let's go just like a little bit up. It's really just, wait, actually, yeah, let's just go a little bit up. But it's really just about like minute changes that eventually build up to like a slightly better picture, you know? It's not gonna be anything drastic or anything. Okay, for highlights though, I always do my highlights down and tone my shadows up. In contrast, I always go down for contrast. And then for brightness, I think this picture is a little bit too bright, so we're gonna also take the brightness down just a little bit. I don't mess with saturation. What I do like is vibrance though. Vibrance, like saturation makes me super orange, but I don't think vibrance does that. Like vibrance takes like all like the benefits of saturation, and yeah, just makes the picture more vibrant, like the name says. Oh, that's basically like all I really do to a picture. Like you can see the before and after. I just think it kind of just like makes a picture more like vibrant. Like, I don't really know. As you can see, yeah, I have very, very limited knowledge, basically zero knowledge on like photography and editing and color grading. I don't know all that like jizz. ew, I don't know all that like stuff. So like the 4 main things I do is just decrease highlights, increase shadows, decrease contrast, and increase vibrance, you know. So those are the 4 main things I do to every single photo. Other things like bright like exposure and brightness and brilliance and stuff like that, it really depends on the photo, but those are the 4 main things I do, and hopefully that helps you.